Hey Equity Mates, if you're finding it hard to keep up with financial news and everything that's going on in the world, then jump online and sign up to our weekly Thought Starters email. One email a week, no spam. We hate spam. And you will get all the investing news you need to know and some interesting articles to get you thinking. It's free, just like the podcast, and it's just more content for you to enjoy.
Equity Mates.
I will say this about investing. Everything you do learn is cumulative. What I learned at 20 is useful.
Welcome to another episode of Equity Mates, a podcast where we will help you learn to invest in 20 minutes or less. We break down the world of investing from beginning to dividend so that you can hopefully make some returns. My name's Bryce, and for the first time in 2019, and as always, I'm joined by my equity buddy, Ren. How are you going, bro?
I'm very good, Bryce.
Why are you laughing?
Good to see that another year, nothing has changed.
Well, I thought about changing up the start, but you know what? I didn't give it enough thought. So
You can never get too much of a good thing.
No, exactly. Why change something that's working well?
And I think people would be very disappointed if we changed in 2019.
Yeah, because we get such great feedback on our introductions.
I'm sure that is going to help.
So, Ren, first episode, 2019. How's the summer break? We took 5 weeks off. We leaked some amazing content over those 5 weeks.
Yeah,
we did a
did.
deep dive into 5 Australian companies. If you haven't had an opportunity to listen to them, go back and do so, because we had fun digging in. But what did you do? Anything special?
It didn't feel like much of a break, to be honest, but went up to Sydney for Christmas, and we went down the coast for New Year's.
That was fun.
Yeah, that was fun, and then went back to work.
Yeah, so not much of a break, really.
No, I mean, it was good. It was just short.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice. Well, as the tradition is for the first episode of each year...
Well, hold on. Are you going to tell us about your break? Or?
Well, you didn't ask.
Yeah.
So, I spent some time with you down the coast for New Year's Eve. That was a lot of fun. And then a bit of time in Wagga over the Christmas period with my parents, caught up with them and my sister. And I also spent some time in Bali with Harriet. Spent 10 days there, which was fantastic. Put the feet up. Rejuvenated and really focused on, I think, what is probably going to be Equity Mates' biggest year this year. We are really excited for what is to come this year. And as I was saying, in true traditional style, the first episode of every year, we decide to lay out some bold predictions for what may come this year.
Yes.
So, before we jump into it with our 2019 predictions, investing or otherwise, I think it would be a good idea to visit the predictions that we did last year and see who has come out on top, because I know we had definitely bet some beers.
Yeah, we did.
And a case at one for one of the bets.
Yeah.
So let's kick it off.
Okay.
The first prediction that you made for 2018 last year, Ren, was that the Australian share market will beat the American share market. And I took this bet.
And you shouldn't have, because I was right.
You were right. The American market performed a lot worse than the Australian market did this year. And as a result, I owe you 1 beer.
Yep. So by the end of the year, the US market had entered a technical bear market, which is less than 20%.
Yeah.
It's a fall of more than 20%. It's come back a little bit from there,
Yeah.
and what the Australian market was down, but single-digit percentage-wise.
I think you're right, from its top to where it is now, I think it's 7 or 8%, 8% or something. So you took that one. So then I followed up with that I thought we would see a crash or a correction in the US stock market of 20% or more. You took this bet. It's a bit contradictory for me to take your bet and then say this, if you think about it.
Well, you could have thought the Aussie market was going to do even worse.
That's true. I was correct. As you just said, the US market did go down further than 20%. So now you owe me 1 beer.
Yep.
I then followed that up by saying I think that we'll see that crash on the 15th of September, because you said if I got the day and month The day and month you would buy me a case. Now,
Yeah.
unfortunately, I got close, but no cigar.
Debatable. It entered a bear market in December, so...
Well, we were in the second half of the year.
Yeah, right.
You then said that Amazon will be all huff and no puff and will have a shocker of a year in Australia in 2018. Now, I agreed with this statement, but we were discussing before the show, it's a bit hard to really quantify this one. What are your thoughts on this?
I think from memory, I said in the episode, because we had this issue at the time, and I said people would write about how Amazon had a slow year or a slow start in Australia.
Okay.
I think they didn't have a great year. Like they haven't dominated anything. Christmas was a bit slow for physical retailers, but you'd probably say this is a push.
So it's, okay, so we'll leave that one, not a win or a loss.
Yeah.
Okay. I've then come in and said that in percentage terms, the Woolworths stock price will outperform Wesfarmers, which at the time was holding Coles. Alec, you thought that Wesfarmers price will be driven by the Bunnings UK business.
So I didn't take the bet.
So you did not accept the bet.
And lucky I didn't, because Wesfarmers and Coles together rose 2.4% over the year, and Woolworths rose 9.7%.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
There you go. That's a massive year from Woolies. Honestly, something that I wasn't expecting. 10%. There you go.
Starting from a low base.
Unfortunately, you didn't accept that bet. Then you came in and said that 2018 will be the year of reckoning of self-driving cars, quote. That was a quote. One jurisdiction, and what you mean by that is that one jurisdiction around the world will have cars on the road that are not testing and are in sort of commercial phase.
Yeah.
Then I said, can you define that? And you said somewhere, I said, can you define self-driving cars? And you said somewhere I can have a beer sitting in the front seat. Then you kind of backtracked a bit on that.
Well, I think I said that as a joke.
No, I don't think so. You backtracked on that a bit and said, actually, something that can take me from A to B without having to touch the steering wheel. So I did take that bet because I thought there would be too many elements that needed to come together in 1 year. And then you went one step further and went through a list of 42 companies that currently were in the market for self-driving cars.
I don't think I went through 42 companies.
You said there were 42. I guessed the one that you were thinking of was Ford for some reason.
Yeah.
And you said that you think it would be Waymo, the Google company, that would be first on the road. And you know what? You're absolutely correct.
I was, and maybe just as a little bit of a note, if people want to listen to this episode, they can.
Yes.
Let's rip through this, because we got a whole new set of predictions.
You're right. I guessed that Trump would be impeached by the end of the year. You took the bet, got it wrong. That's 3 beers to you, 1 for me. I then bet that Bitcoin will fall out of the top 3 cryptos in terms of market cap. Not saying that there would be a crash. The result, that is wrong. It is still the number 1 in terms of market cap at 63 billion.
So, 4 beers for me, 1 for you. Is the final score.
Right, we've still got the stock of the year.
Yeah.
So stock of the year 2018, we both chose a stock that we thought would perform during the year. We both chose ones that had absolutely hit rock bottom. You chose iSelect at $1.39. It is now 76 cents, so you've had a drop of almost 50% or what?
That is so bad.
Then Main Farmer is the one I chose at 74 cents. It went up to a high of $1.30 and it has now come back to 78 cents. And because of that small increase, I won that bet.
You did. Well done.
So it's 4-2.
4-2. I'll take it.
So we'll go buy a 6-pack and then we can split it.
Sure.
All right, Rens, that brings us to 2019.
Yeah.
What's going to happen this year?
It was
an interesting end to 2018. I don't know how you've structured yours.
Well,
but do you want to take it away?
I want to propose that rather than doing Stock of the Year in this episode, we do a whole nother episode on Stock of the Year, and we try and keep to our 15 minutes that we never really keep to. Given we're almost at 10 minutes in this one, we're probably not going to again.
We'll rip through it, yeah.
And we both spend 5 or so minutes explaining why it's going to be our Stock of the Year.
Sure.
All right. So
stock of the year. I don't even have a stock for this one, so that's good.
There you go. Mine's just going to be the S&P 500 ETF.
All right. Okay. So, Ren, what's your first prediction for 2019?
Okay. My first prediction is that the US market, the S&P 500, will not fall below the 24th of December low until at least the second half of the year.
Okay. So what you're saying is we are going to expect another bounce in the market or a bit of a
Bit of sideways
flat line.
trading, yeah.
Until the second half of the year. All right. I'm going to agree with that.
Really? I thought that was going to be a very controversial one.
It's really hard. It's really hard because doing some reading about the result of this yield curve inversion stuff that's going on, that generally leads into a bit of a bounce and then we see something fall away. So I agree, and this leads into mine, that I think the S&P 500 is going to drop 400 points.
Oh, mate, why are you talking points? Talking points is...
Okay, so that is, if we were to say 400 points. All right, so I'm going to say, yeah, the S&P 500 is going to drop another 400 points, which essentially from the high to where the low in December, it dropped 500 points.
So it's 2650 broadly is where it's indexed at. So 400 points is 15%.
Yes.
So you're going to say from here, where it is today, it's going to drop 15%
By the end of the year.
by the end of the year.
Yes.
So you're agreeing with me that it won't go below its December low in the first
For the-
6 months?
Yes.
And then you think it'll be 15%?
Think about what happened this year.
I'm just clarifying what you think is going to happen.
Yes, I think that is what's going to happen.
Look, in the spirit of putting these bets on the line, I'm going to take it.
Okay.
With the
you seem
caveat,
reserved.
with the caveat that I wouldn't be surprised if I was wrong. But let's put it on the books. I'm taking that bet.
That you were wrong, that it doesn't drop 15%. Is what you're saying.
It wouldn't surprise me if it does drop 15%
Oh, okay,
and
gotcha.
you win the bet.
Gotcha.
But in the spirit of
you're
this
doing
game, I'm going to take the bet.
Okay. What's your next prediction?
All right. Next one is the buy now, pay later sector will have a tough year, and specifically, Afterpay won't top its share price. It won't be above its share price today at the end of the year.
I'm going to have to agree with that as well.
Oh, mate. You're an Afterpay shareholder.
I am, but I think the Australian market, generally speaking, is also going to have a tough year.
Oh, mate, this game's going to be no fun if you...
But you know what? In the spirit of the game, I will accept that bet.
So, all right, here's a question for all our listeners out there.
Mm-hmm.
If you think Afterpay is not going to finish the year higher than it is now,
Yeah.
why are you going to hold it?
Because I think what's happening to it at the moment is what we have been speaking about for a while, and there was an expectation that it would come under regulatory pressure, but I don't think that by any means it's going to be the end of their business model. Maybe like it is now, yes, but I think longer term, there's definitely a desire from consumers for these sorts of products. They're a market leader in the space, and I think, as we always say, we don't buy stocks for a sort of 12-month period. I think that longer term, it will overcome these sort of hurdles. Yeah.
Fair enough. All right, so at this point, we've each accepted one bet from the other person. What's your next one?
I think that Disney will outperform the Dow Jones.
I like it. Disney's actually on my watch list to potentially buy.
So to put that in perspective, from 2016 onwards, it's underperformed the Dow Jones by more than 40 percentage points.
Yeah, I'm not going to take it though. I reckon it could be a very interesting year if they build their streaming platform and they take on Netflix. Netflix has a whole lot of debt problems, and you could see a situation where Netflix's pain becomes Disney's gain just by...
So you agree?
I wouldn't surprise me at all if Disney
Yeah.
had a good year.
Yeah. And I had a look at their movie lineup, and they've got the likes of Avengers, Aladdin, Toy Story, Lion King, Star Wars, and Frozen 2.
Is there another Toy Story coming out?
Toy Story 4 or 5 or something. Yeah.
Glad I didn't take that bet. All
Okay.
right. So, here's one. I bet that WeWork is the troubled startup story of 2019.
It's starting to go that way already, I kind of feel, with what's coming out with his...
It's a long year.
It is a long year. Define that, though. What do you mean?
We will look back and say WeWork had a shocking year. No,
Very subjective.
I'm trying to think of like the equivalent in 2018.
Like a Tesla kind of thing? They had a shocker.
Tesla actually finished quite strongly.
They did, but overall it wasn't their year. Or Elon Musk.
No, I think here's a bold prediction. WeWork will go the way of MoviePass.
What's MoviePass?
Oh, mate, that was the saga of 2018.
Really?
It was a startup where you paid something ridiculous, like $10 a month, and you got unlimited movies, like in the cinema.
Shocking idea.
Yeah. The business model just didn't work. Man, how did you miss that?
I don't know.
Ah.
Okay, so without knowing much about it...
Here's this. WeWork, this is a bold prediction, given how much cash they've got. WeWork will go into administration.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I will take that bet.
Yeah, of course you will.
All right. Lyft will outperform Uber in percentage terms from their IPO.
I like that. That's a good one. I will take the bet just because I think Uber Eats and some of their other logistics options, but I do like that bet. That's a good one.
Okay, nice. What do you got?
Oh, it's my go. We don't get Brexit in 2019.
So what, we go back to the polls and the people say no, or it just doesn't happen at all?
But on the 31st of December 2019, the UK is still part of the EU.
Nah. I will take that bet.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, on political lines. Backing myself in from 2018, Trump will be impeached in 2019.
Yep, I'll take it.
Okay.
And to double down, I bet you that Trump gets his wall in 2019.
No! I will... I have a feeling like it's just crazy that he might actually get his bloody wall. But anyway, I will take that bet.
Okay.
Okay.
How many you got to go?
I can keep going, but I'll just throw one more out there.
I got two more.
Okay, I can do two more. I think that this is going to be hard to substantiate, I guess, but it will be the year of the value stock, no longer the growth.
So value outperforms growth.
Yeah.
I agree. I was actually going to make that one of my bets.
Ah,
yeah.
Okay. Well, we're on the same page then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Growth has had an unbelievable few years.
Yeah, Fang's gone.
Yeah.
It's time for the old school to move in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After the 2019 federal election, Australia will have a minority government.
After the 2019 federal election, Australia will have a minority government. Yeah. So you're still saying that Liberals win?
I don't know who will win, but neither side will get 75 seats. And so the government will be formed with a coalition of crossbenchers.
Wow.
Same with Gillard, how Tony Windsor and Rob Oakeshott needed to get Gillard to a governing majority.
Without knowing too much about the Labor side, I mean, I'm expecting them to come through with the goods. I will take that bet in the spirit of the game.
Nice one.
My final bet is that Essendon will win at least 2 finals.
Wow!
Yeah.
Okay. God.
Mind you, their odds for premiership are like 5th.
You could see them do it.
Yeah.
But
we need no injuries.
I'll take it.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's you must have a footy bet.
Well, we all know that Swans are going to win the flag, so... West Coast don't make the 8.
Interesting. I was trying to think of a team that wouldn't make... I was going to go Hawthorn.
Yeah, well, they lost Mitchell.
Yeah, because of that. West Coast don't make the 8 after winning the flag. I'll take it.
Okay.
Beautiful. All right, Ren, so we've thrown out some bold predictions for 2019. Looking forward to how they play out. One other bold prediction, I think, is that Equity Mates is going to have its best year yet.
Yeah.
I think we're in for an absolute screamer of a year this year. For those of you who are following us on social media, we were very excited this week to see that we finally cracked the #1 business podcast in Australia.
Yep.
We've got the screenshot to prove it. We're not just making this up. And that was a very exciting moment for us. So thank you to everyone who is continuing to support us. It's been an epic 2 years. We have something huge lined up for the first half of 2019.
We've been filming all day.
We have been filming all day. Note you said filming, not recording, because we are now on to movies.
That's why Disney's going to have a good year.
So we can't really reveal too much about it now, but it is an incredible opportunity and something that everyone is going to get great benefit from. We're super excited to be able to let you guys know about it in the coming few weeks. So stay tuned. I guess the other thing is that many of you have been writing into us over the Christmas period. We've obviously been away, but we have got all your questions there, and there's some absolute epic questions out there that we'll take our time to respond to. We'll probably have a very large Ask Us Anything episode at the end of this month, because there's some fantastic questions that everyone will benefit from. So keep them coming in. We've also got our book club coming up, the Titan 800-page book.
It is a titan of a book.
It's a titan of a book.
For listeners not reading at home, Bryce managed to choose the largest book in the library. He just went to the desk and said, "Give me your largest book." And it has been a slog.
Colossal of a read.
Honestly,
it's interesting, but
that's why I feel like I haven't had a holiday.
Righto. Mate, you need the audio book.
Oh, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea. Why hadn't we thought about that earlier?
I'm about halfway through it, and it is, you're right, it is bloody interesting.
It's interesting, yeah, but it's long.
The first 100 pages are about his extended...
Oh, yeah, 200 years before he was born, yeah. Anyway, so we will bring you probably the first 200 pages of the book, but...
No, we'll bring you the whole book.
We'll bring you the whole book.
We're going to commit to this whole book.
Okay, we're committing to it.
We will finish this book in January and move on.
Yeah, we're sacking this in January.
No, we're going to finish it.
Okay, we're finishing it right. Okay. All right, well, let's wrap it up there. And good show. Really excited to be back. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling back in my natural element. I'm not sure about you, but it was a bit weird not doing podcasts over the summer. And look, thanks everyone for the support. And we hope we have a great year, and we will talk to you next week.
Equity Mates and the people appearing in this program may have positions in the companies mentioned. This is general advice only. Please speak to a financial professional to understand how it may pertain to your individual situation.
So, Ren, we've definitely discussed Instagram way too much, so I'm going to spring my housemate right now and ask him 3 reasons why he loves Equity Mates Instagram. Rohan.
It's topical, it's funny, and I've learned a lot about investing and a little bit about myself.
There you are, testimonial. Get around it.